Hi guys, it's Mary and I'm right back. I'm sporting some beachy waves because I just took my hair out of the ponytail it was in, and then I threw on this necklace that I got just so you'd have something interesting to look at. I bought this after watching JS5+5. Jenny, she likes to go thrift store shopping, so I did, and I don't seem to mind trinkets or jewelry from thrift stores. So this was $10, and it's just fun to own. And for those of you who maybe because of the tags, you're searching for a job and you found me, you should know I'm 50 plus and I am just on YouTube for the laughs. I love makeup and gardening and, making the home harmonious, and that's all. I'm just here for the friends on YouTube. And I just happen, one or two people are looking for a job, so I thought I would just pipe in on a few of my thoughts. So bear with me. Okay, so today, or this second video, is about interview preparation. So days before the interview, try on a couple outfits. Practice if you're younger, if you're a recent high school or college grad or trade school grad, practice smiling and shaking hands. Drive to the place where your interview's at so you know where it's at and you're not likely to arrive late. It will give you some familiarity. Hopefully, you might see some of the employees. Do they look happy? Are the cars nice? What are they wearing? And then also, before the interview, days before the interview, print up your resumes. I can't tell you how many times I was like running around like a nut trying to get my printer to print resumes up. So bring at least 5, because if the interview goes well, maybe you had one interview, but they might send you along and up the chain. So 5, that's the magic number. Print up 5. If 5 it wasn't enough, just tell them Mary Lynn didn't tell me to print up more. Also have an application already completed so you don't look like a goof fumbling around for everything in case they want you to fill out an application. Call your references. Let them know I'm going on this interview and I'm excited because of this. Okay. And then clean out your car. And I'll tell you why in a moment. When you're arriving to the interview, don't arrive any earlier than 10 minutes. If you have to arrive late, say, call them. It might save the interview. It might even show you have a little on the ball. Say, listen, I drove out here on such and such a date and I had no problem getting here, but for some reason today, can we still please have the interview, or would you like to reschedule? The way that's framed is at least you'll get another interview, hopefully. It's not the end of the world. Nothing is the end of the world. So arrive, no more than 10 minutes early. Don't flip off anyone in the parking lot. It shouldn't even have to be said, but it does. Don't be rude to a doorman. If you would even think of being rude to anyone, you shouldn't be interviewing anyways. But, be careful. Even if someone is crazy, just ignore it. If there's one point in life to ignore it, ignore that crazy person, because they might be the gatekeeper of the company. Shouldn't it go without saying, but, don't bring the kids, the dogs, anything. Just yourself. And then, we already covered don't say bad things or look at anybody funny, because they are watching you as you approach that. It happened to me. I didn't flip anyone off or bring kids or dogs or anything, but at this one place of employment, it's really funny, but they looked in my car before I went in, because the prior person who had my marketing position drove a Cadillac Escalade, and she happened to work in an exotic industry before at one point in her life, and they were still using her photos. Or maybe she was just a model. I don't know, but this was the company I got the American flag into Walmart for right after 9/11. Someone found out about her past, or maybe just her photo shoot or something, and they called her that name, and she quit on the spot. The point of the story is, subsequently, they always checked out, what kind of car the person drove, and I don't know. So, yeah, keep your car clean. You never know what strange things are going to happen during interviews. What strange questions, questions they shouldn't ask. It's up to you if you want to ask or not, answer them or not. That should be, pretty obvious. Are you married? Do you have any, how old are you? Things like that. I don't have any problem answering anything. I mean, if it gets me the job and I want it, even though they're asking questions they shouldn't. Some people truly don't know. What is your age was on one. My mom worked at this one place, and it was on her applications. And I'm like, are you crazy? The application was from like 1950. And so some people, they don't know. Some people do. Do you want to work for someone who's going to ask you that? It's up to you. Be prepared for the interview. Maybe surf the website so that you can say, oh, yeah, I noticed this when I did research. Have questions ready. One of my favorite questions to ask during an interview, providing I'm interested in the company, is describe your favorite employee. Because then that gives me a real good idea of what works well at that company. It's a much more insightful question than describe the culture here. Be prepared to answer questions. What are your greatest strengths, weaknesses, yada, yada, yada. Have what's called an elevator story ready. And what that is, it's like a 4-flight story about your life. So, this was asked to me on that interview that I had. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I grew up in Illinois. I went to school here. I worked there. Just have a story that is going to let the interviewer become comfortable with you. Think good thoughts. Everyone goes in an interview, or so many people don't even give themselves the chance to get a job. I mean, I know for like the one company that I had previously worked for recently for 10 years, they hire the cream of the crop, 10% of the college, the trade show, the high school, whatever they're hiring for, 10%. You are good enough. I am good enough. Just think good thoughts. What the boss, again, is thinking when they are talking to you and you're giving them their elevator story, they want to find out, oh my gosh, I had this crazy employee who, maybe, did, I don't know, I can't remember too many crazy employees at the moment, but they're thinking, we can't have this done to us again. And they're hoping to discover that you don't have those traits either. They're thinking, what can this person possibly do to damage our company? And, that's what's going on in the boss's mind. They just want to know, will you show up every day? Can you learn the job? Are you a team person? You're not going to destroy the atmosphere. That's what they want. They don't want to make a bad hiring decision. So again, convey that you show up every day, you do the best you can, and you're very conscious of the team atmosphere. Okay? And then getting back to the think good thoughts about yourself, rev yourself up before you go in the interview. Have maybe a couple stories in your own mind of maybe some of your favorite, warmest memories in life. Maybe even like specifically something that was so incredibly kind that was done for you. One of my stories, this is funny, it was a long time ago. It was just a sad breakup with a boyfriend who was a police officer, and I happened to be at a pool studying, and some guys asked, so what you studying, and blah, 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 and it turns out they know him, they're cops too. And they were just so kind to me, and had a pizza delivered to the pool, and they're like, come on, let's have pizza together. It's just one of those so totally random kindness of strangers thoughts that remind me, yes, you are worthy and you deserve this job. So you guys have those stories ready for you, for yourselves too. I get the most lovely bemused look when I look at family members' photos. So maybe have a photo or two in the car of, people you love. Just prime yourself up for that interview. Don't psych yourself out because you're older or you're black or you have a blemish somewhere on your body or you're disabled. Nothing should keep you down. Cream rises to the top. You're new. You don't have a job history. You have a bad job history. Doesn't matter. Just as long as you're not going to damage their company, just as long as you can learn or do the job and show up and not stir the pot. That's what they're looking for. That's it. Then, So I hope you found this helpful and that I'm not wearing out my welcome. So have a good day, guys.